session. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed about the SQL Server installation. In the yesterday's class, we discussed about SQL Server 2019 installation. In today's class, like in the morning session, we discussed about SQL Server 2022 installation, guys. Okay, SQL Server 2022 installation. Right. We have also discussed about the Management Studio. Okay, we have also discussed about the Management Studio, right, in the last session, how to download Management Studio, how to install Management Studio. Okay, so these things also we discussed in the last session, right? So now, before connecting to the SQL Server, right, anyhow, we have installed two instances, right? I'll show you how to connect to the instances and all. But before connecting to the instances, let me discuss about this topic, guys. Once the installation is done, what kind of changes, what kind of folders gets created when you install SQL Server in the Windows machine, what kind of extra services you'll get when you install SQL Server, right? When you install SQL Server. So let's discuss those two things. So once you install the SQL Server, what and all services will be created? What and all folders, directories will be created after the installation of SQL Server? Then we'll discuss how to connect to the SQL Server. Okay, and we'll discuss about the Management Studio, guys. Okay, right. So let's discuss the services first. Let's discuss the services first. I told you, right, in the Windows machine, generally, when you install any software, that software, on behalf of that software, some services gets created for every application. Okay, as per the Windows architecture, when you install any software, okay, on behalf of that software, some services gets created in the Windows machine. Those services are responsible for that application. So the services should be up and running. Then only the application will work, guys. Not only SQL Server, any application. We are installing lot of applications. We are installing uh, Windows 365, like O365, Word document, Excel sheet. For every software that you are using in the Windows machine, Zoom application, okay, every software that you are using in the Windows machine. So in the back end, in the background, some services will be created and those services will be up and running, guys. Okay. So for SQL Server also, the same way for SQL Server also, some services will be created when you install the SQL Server. So where I can see those services, guys, go to the server, just open Windows plus R. It will give you this run command. Just type run. Then, sorry, Windows plus R itself run, right? So just type services.msc in the run services.msc. Okay. This is the shortcut, or else you can use this Windows icon. You can simply type services like that also you can open. Okay. So if you just type Windows, I mean to say, if you just click on Windows and if you type services, then also you can see the services, or else the shortcut is in the run. You have to type services.msc, guys. Okay, you have to type services.msc. Okay, if you just type services like this, you can see the services. See, this is the services option, or else you can use the shortcut Windows plus R. Services.msc also will help you to open the services. See, in this Windows server, lot of applications are running, like backend applications, different applications. So these are all the services that belongs to those applications, guys. So we installed SQL Server, right? So some services should be created, right? So where we can see that, make sure you align these services in like alphabetical order. Then select any service and just I want to see SQL Server services, right? Which will starts with yes. Just type S. You can see all the services that are starting with yes, and go down, go down, go down. There you can see SQL services, guys. Okay, there you can see SQL services. Now tell me how many SQL services you can see here, guys.
I think 2 instance, 1 default and 1 named instance.
Total how many services you can see now with the SQL name?
10.
Right? Just count it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4,
10.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Total 10 services you can see here. So it will be 5 plus 5. For every instance, 5 services will be created, guys. 5 plus 5, 10. Is it how it will work? No. Okay?
No, sir, no.
Yeah. So now let's discuss about these services, guys. Okay, services that gets created when you install SQL Server. Okay, SQL Server. So there are two types of services, guys. Two types of services. Like while installing the features, there are two types of features, right? What are those two types of features? Anyone remember that one? That word?
Shared feature and
Very good. Very good.
Shared
Specific
features and
and shared features, right? In the same way, specific services,
features.
yes, and shared services. Specific services and shared services, right? So what and all specific services will be created, what and all shared services will be created? Let's see now. Okay. So now if you go to the server, generally when you install SQL Server for the first time in the Windows machine, 6 services gets created, guys. 6 services gets created. For one instance, 6 services gets created. Okay. For for one instance, for one instance, 6 services gets created. Out of the 6, okay, 4 specific services and 2 shared services, guys. 2 shared services, okay? Out of 6, 4 specific services and 2 shared services. So Shanmukh, how can we check which one is specific, which one is shared? How do I identify? Okay, which one is specific service, which one is shared service? If you go to the server, in the same PZ example I'll give, same PZ example I'll give. If that thing belongs to you, generally what we will do, guys, if you are staying in a PZ, if 3 people are staying in a PZ, if that particular plate or glass that you are using belongs to you, what we will do generally?
Write the name
We will
any
have,
sticker.
yes, we will have a name, right? For example, in a class, we have students, okay? 10 people are there, 10 students are there. So if you go to school, generally to make sure each book is separated, we'll write our names on the books, correct? Everyone like having their names on the books. In that way, the books are going to be separated, right? In the same way, now, if you see here, okay, first let's discuss about one instance. Later we'll discuss about the second instance. Now, if you see here, full text service that belongs to MS SQL Server is one specific service. SQL Server that belongs to MS SQL Server is second specific service. Agent that belongs to MS SQL Server is third specific service. CEIP that belongs to MS SQL Server is fourth specific service, guys. Is it clear? If you see the names in the brackets, see, MS SQL Server means which instance, guys? Which instance? MS SQL Server means the last class we discussed.
Default instance.
Correct. Default instance. If you see MS SQL Server in the brackets, those services belongs to default instance. Okay. So SQL Server, full text service. Of course, we have selected full text feature, right? And a database engine. This is main service, guys. This is the main important service. This is the database engine service. Just you can see SQL Server in the brackets. You can see the name. And this is the agent service, which is responsible for the automation. This is CEIP service, which is responsible for customer experience improvement program. Like it's a kind of a what I can say, it's going to take some reviews and all from the customers, okay, and it will keep on checking the customer experience improvement program, guys, this service. So you can see here total 4 belongs to MS SQL Server, means default instance. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct, guys? 4 specific services. Now, if you see here, browser, you don't see any name. VSS Writer, you don't see any name. That means what? If you don't see
Shared.
any name, those are shared services. Now,
Shared.
in the PG, you don't see any name on the TV, on the refrigerator, on the AC, you don't see any name, right? So if you don't see the name, those are okay shared services. Those services will exist only once per machine. Browser service will exist only once for the whole Windows machine. Even though you install 50 instances, only one browser service will be there. Clear? Clear, guys? In the same way, VSS writer also, even though you install 50 instances in that machine, you can still see only one VSS writer. That is a shared service. Only one copy per machine will exist. Remaining all are specific services. That's why they are having names, right? So now if you go and check the named instance, this is named instance full text service, sorry, this one, and this is named instance main database engine service, this is named instance agent service, and this is named instance CEIP service. So now when you install first time, you will get 6 services. Out of 6, 4 specific. Okay, what are those specific services, guys? Full text, database engine, right? Agent, CEIP. Okay, these are the 4. And what are those 2 shared services? Browser service
Browse.
and VSS writer service. Okay, these 2 are shared services, guys. Now, when you install the second time, when you install the second instance, please be muted. Nagi, please be muted. Right. So when you install the second instance, so how many extra services will be created, guys?
4.
When you,
4 only.
yes, only 4 specific will be created. Okay. You don't see again 2 shared for the other instance. Why? Because that is shared. Only one copy per Windows machine will exist. So that's why when you first time it will create 6 services. Next time and all, how many services will be added, guys, when you install one more copy? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. It will keep adding. Correct, guys? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now open your chart box.
Play.
Quickly. Open your chart box. Open your chart. Okay. So now my question is, if I install 7 instances in the Windows machine, total how many services I can see? Please type your answers in the chart.
Please can you repeat the question?
If I install 4 instances in the Windows machine, how many services, how many total services I can see in the Windows machine?
Did you say 4 or did you say 7?
7.
Actually, you said 7.
7. 7 instances.
30.
No, type your answers.
30.
Type your answers, man, in the chart. Please type your answers in the chart.
Sorry.
Don't tell your answers. Type your answers in the chart quickly. Okay. Nagi, Nagi, can you hear me? Yeah, Nagi, tell me any questions you have? Okay, okay.
But we have some confusion. But we
Yeah, tell me, no problem. Tell me, no issues.
we have
Shanmugh, sorry
some
to interrupt you.
review for video for a starting. And
Sorry,
both-
Nagi. Nagi, I'm not getting you. Please, can you please repeat it?
we have another time we have to see the full videos. And we have to get started.
Yeah. Please watch it. You have to watch it. See, for the first time, if you listen, it might be like you understood the things, but when you keep on listening, when you keep on practicing, then only you'll get the clarity. Okay? Just go and
Can you
watch.
please provide me note that?
I'm not getting you, Nagi. What you want me to share?
Can you please provide notes?
Notes, I'm going to give it to you. See, these notes you'll get the access. Okay? I'll give it to you by tonight. I'll give you, and remaining notes also I'll give you the access. Okay? Don't worry. Notes part I'll upload, guys. Okay? Notes part I'll upload. So total, that's it. So I don't see everyone is responded. Okay.
Shanmugh, sorry to interrupt you. Could you please repeat this topic once again?
What is the problem, Shravanti? Tell me. I cannot repeat the whole topic, please.
No, not whole topic. The instance you said, like the full text database engine. So
Yes.
can you please give that once again?
When you install one SQL instance, okay, total for the first time, total 6 services will be created. Okay, so out of 6, 4 will be specific services, 2 will be shared services. specific, you can see in the brackets, if you see the name, that is called a specific service. If you don't see any name like this, it's a shared service. So only for the first time, you will have 6 services. Later, when you install second instance, 4 services gets created for every instance. Okay, why? Because shared services will exist only once per Windows machine. Shared services will be created only once per Windows machine. So even though you install 50 instances, only 2 shared services you can see, that is browser and VSS writer you can see. Okay, remaining the 4 services for every instance will be shared services. So those shared services will be created. 4 shared services, specific services. 4 specific services will be created, okay, for every instance that you are installing in the Windows machine.
Got it.
Okay, so now my question is, if I install 7 instances total, how many services I can see in the Windows machine?
Okay.
That is the question. Okay, right guys. Okay, so I'll tell you simple formula, very simple formula. 4n plus 2, that's it. Okay, 4n plus 2 is the formula. So no need to, okay, count it manually. Simply 4n plus 2 is the formula. So now tell me quickly, if I install 22 instances, how many services gets created in the Windows machine?
90.
46.
90.
46. 46,
90,
Shivin.
Oh, sorry,
90.
sorry. No, then not 46.
90.
90. So Ajay is
Yes.
typing as 88. Ajay, is it 88 or 90?
40,
At least you know basic mathematics, right? 4 into 22 plus 2, how
22.
much?
90.
90.
N is number of instances, guys. 4n plus 2 is called number of instances. Okay, I said 7. First time I said I asked for 7. 4 into 7, 28 plus 2, 30 is the correct answer for the previous question. And now I'm asking 22 instances. 4 into 22, 88 plus 2,
88 plus 2,
90.
90.
Okay, is the correct answer, guys. Okay, guys, is
Yep.
it clear now? The formula is
Yes, Shyam.
4n plus 2. Okay, so that many services will be created, guys, when you install the SQL server. These are the services that gets created when you install the SQL server, guys. Okay, are we good
So
now?
Shanmukh, I think this formula is like a generic formula only for SQL Server. Like if we are like analysis
Only
service
for
or SSIS.
SQL. No. Only for SQL server. Analysis services, extra services will be created. If you
Okay.
install analysis services, one more extra analysis services will be created. If you install integration, one more extra will be created. If you install reporting services, one more extra services will be created. One more extra service will be created. This is
Okay.
just only for SQL server. Okay, guys, are we good now?
Yep.
Right.
Good.
Yeah. So now go to the server. Okay. Now, like you know, right, how to restart the service and all. Why? Because it's important, guys. Sometimes if SQL server is not working, so or it was stopped, you should be able to restart the service. How can we restart the service? For example, if you want to restart a default instance, this is the main service. This is the main service. Select it, right click, you can see restart option here, or else select it, you can see restart option here. Or someone asked you to stop the SQL server, select it, right click, stop, or else select it, right click, select it and you can see stop button. So sometimes you have to restart, sometimes you have to stop. You should know, right, which service you have to restart and all. This is the main service. If you restart this service, all the dependent services will be restarted, guys. Don't restart full text once, database engine once, agent once, browser once, like that. Okay, just restart the main service. When you restart the main service, the respective specific services also will be restarted. Okay, guys, clear?
Mhm.
Sir, it means that if we close the SSMS in our system,
Nothing will
the
happen.
server is
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. I'll tell you during the SSMS discussion. People will have a myth like maybe if I close the SSMS, something happened to SQL Server. No, that
No.
is just a client. If you're having work, you will connect and you will continue your work. If your work is completed, you will disconnect. You will close the SSMS. Closing SSMS will not stop your SQL Server. Okay?
Yeah, in that there also we can restart, right?
Yeah. That is configuration manager. That will be discussed later.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, the same services can also, we can see the same service. These are like all the services that belongs to Windows machine, you can see here. But for us, okay, for SQL Server, we have a separate tool called Configuration Manager. How to open Configuration Manager? You can see Microsoft. 1 minute, just 1 minute, guys, please. Hello. Right. Okay. So there is a specific tool for us for SQL servers to see all these services and all. So that is called Configuration Manager. How to open Configuration Manager? Just
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Can you explain the description, sir?
which description?
Apart from SQL description, status, startup type, and logon as. So in the
This
top
will
top
tell
of the
you, wait, Venkat. This will tell you the importance of each service that we have discussed. Okay. Description in the sense, this will tell you the importance of each service that belongs to the service. Is SQL Server, what is the use of the SQL Server service? I told you that this is the main service. This is the database engine service. This will take care of everything. Agent is responsible for the automation. Full text for the, you can see here, full text is responsible for searching the data. Like we discussed one point, right? That is your description. Okay. Status, you can see the service is running or stopped or whatever it is, you can see the status. Startup type, I'll explain later. Okay. During the discussion, we'll discuss. Logon as is your service account. Last time we discussed logon as section is your service account.
Okay, sir.
Okay, service account. So that also we have covered during the installation. So I'll show you how to change the service account. Okay, after we have installation completed, right? So I'll show you how to change the service account, where we can change it. What is the impact of changing the service account? That will be covered. Okay.
Shanmugh,
Yes, please.
first time only we can restart that machine, right?
First time
While
only
we are
in the
installing
sense,
first instance.
I'm not getting first time only in the sense.
Yeah, while we are installing first SQL instance. Okay.
So second time, if you install maybe 6 months later, if you're installing second instance, no need to restart.
You in earlier classes you told that
We have no.
application may down.
Yeah, that's what you have to take the approval and you have to restart. I'm not saying don't restart.
Oh,
If it is a fresh copy, you can directly go ahead and restart the Windows machine. Okay.
Oh.
If it is already some instances are running, take the approval from the other instance owners and then restart it and then go ahead and install the SQL Server.
Whenever that server is not responding properly, then we have to restart, right?
It's not like whenever server is not responding. Sometimes server won't be responded due to network issues also. That doesn't mean you have to restart immediately. No. Okay. No, not at all. Not at all. It's not like if the server is not responding, chalo, go and restart. No. Restart is, there is a separate process, separate protocol for restarting the server. You have to take all the necessary approvals, then only you have to restart it. Okay. So Sudhakar.
I mean, in which condition we need
Sudhakar. Topic is deviating now. We'll discuss it later. Okay. If you have any questions related to this, ask me.
Oh.
Right, guys? Services. Are we good on services part?
Yep.
Right. Right. To see that only these are all the services that belongs to all the applications in the Windows machine. But to see only SQL Server specific services, we have a separate tool called Configuration Manager. Just click on the Windows button and you can see Microsoft SQL Server tools and just hit that one. Okay, so here you cannot see. Okay, click on this SQL Server 2019. Okay, you can see. And for 2022, you can see here, right? You can see one red briefcase, right? This is called Configuration Manager. So for each instance, separate configuration manager will be installed, guys. Okay, configuration manager will help you to see all the SQL Server services like this. Okay, okay. Next is, if you want to change the port numbers and all, port numbers, okay, port numbers, then you can change it from the configuration manager screen. So for these two important things, one is for services you can handle from services.msc also. But if you want to change the port number and all, port, I'll tell you what is port and all, don't worry guys. Port is nothing but it's a communication point from where it is listening, that is called port. Okay, so that will be discussed later. They will ask you some in the interviews, they will ask you questions like what is the default port number of SQL Server. Okay, I'll explain, don't worry. And can we change the port number? Yes, we can change. How to change it, I'll tell you. Okay, so mainly configuration manager is responsible for the SQL services, but here you cannot see all the services. You can see database engine, you can see agent, you can see full text and the browser. What other services you cannot see here? Can anyone tell me? Two services are missing from here.
You cannot see CEIP.
CIP, yes, VSS writer, right? You cannot see those two services here in the configuration manager, but in the services.msc you can see here. See,
Shanmugh, you said VSS writer is used for what
VSS
purpose?
writer is used to write the data to the disk. That is also a very
So,
important
yeah.
service.
Okay.
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 CEIP
CIP, customer
service is like
experience improvement program.
so that means like it is taking like the customer experience and storing data and for further improvement for
Correct.
that
It's a
purpose.
kind of a reviewing. Microsoft is going to review in case if SQL Server is having any issues, Microsoft can review those things and all, right? Maybe like any bugs kind of stuff. It's an experience improvement program, like how it can
Okay.
improve in case if users are facing challenges at any point of time, at any corner in the SQL Server, how we can improve. So SQL Server is going to generate a kind of a report using that service.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Browser I'll explain. As of now, browser I'm not explaining, guys. I'll explain what browser service will do. Okay, that is also an important service, but generally browser service will be in stopped state for security purpose. Okay, for security purpose, it's a kind of, I'll tell you guys. Okay, when you turn on your Wi-Fi, you can see all the Wi-Fi devices, right? Wi-Fi networks around you, correct? When you turn on your Wi-Fi in your phone, you can see all
Yep.
the other, the nearest flats, the nearest homes Wi-Fi also you can see, correct, guys? Browser is also same, guys. When you turn on the browser service, people can see the instance name over the network. So that is a security breach. That's why for safety, extra services and all, for safety purpose, browser services will be disabled, guys. Browser services will be disabled for safety purpose. Okay, so that is the use of the browser. I'll show you during while connecting to the SQL Server. I'll show you guys. Don't worry, guys. Are we good? Services part, are we good?
Yes.
Everyone, please respond. Services
sir.
part, are we good, guys?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, that's great.
Okay, fine. So now let's go to this what and all folders that gets created when you install the SQL Server. Okay, go to this PC and go to this one. We have installed SQL Server in the C drive, right? Double click here on the C drive. Go to program files, Microsoft SQL Server. Guys, have you checked that whether virtualization is enabled or not in your machines? Some of you are having issues. Like for some of
Yeah,
you,
sir.
it was
Even
disabled.
I enabled also.
So it's you enabled, right, Manju?
Yeah, sir. I enabled that day only.
Yeah. It's a boot level setting, guys. So in case if anyone is facing any challenges in enabling the virtualization, please let me know. Okay, I'll help you. But for that, you have to do WhatsApp video call. Okay, you cannot share the screen as it is a boot level setting. Okay, fine. Now, when you install SQL Server in the C drive under program files, a folder gets created that is called Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, so if you just open Microsoft SQL Server, there you can see different folders 80, 90, 110, 150, 160. Guys, have you remember in the beginning of the sessions,
Yes, sir. Build version.
Correct. Okay. So
Yes.
SQL Server version number and build number. Beside that, you can see 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 folders. The
This
number.
is for backward compatibility.
Not exactly. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, I installed 80 means which version, guys? Any idea? 80 means which version of SQL Server?
2000.
2000. 80 means 8.0. 90 means 9.0. That's it. So 80 means 2000. 90 means 2005. 110 means 110 means which folder? 110.
2008.
2008. You will get the assignment.
2012.
You are
Eight.
guessing.
I think
Please.
2012. 110.
I told you to everyone that these numbers and versions should be on tip of your tongue. And at this stage, like we have discussed this in the last weekend, now you are still not able to remember those, okay, versions. 80, 2000, 90, 2005, 100, 2008, 8R2, 110, 2012, 120, 2014, 130, 2016, 140, 2017, 150, 2019, 160, 2022.
22.
Okay. Again, I'll ask you guys tomorrow. You have to directly type the answers in the next class. You have to directly type the answers in the chat. I'll check. Right. So 2000, 2005, 2012. Even though I didn't install the SQL Server of 2000, 2005, 2012, but still the folders gets created. Of course, 150, 160, you can guess it. I installed 2019, so for that 150 folder gets created. I installed 2022, so for that 160 folder gets created. But 80, 90, 110 folders also gets created, guys. Why? Why?
Supporting
Because
compatibility.
very good. So have you remember one screen while installing? You can see install setup support files. Okay, so when SQL Server is introducing any new features, it will just an add-on features to the existing ones, guys. So 80, 90, 100, sorry, 110, these versions are very important versions for SQL Server. The base features are still carrying with these folders, guys. Okay, and the extra features that gets created when you install the new versions like 150, 160 and also whatever versions you installed, even though if it's 2017, okay, 2016, like greater than 2012, if you're installing, still you will by default you will get 80, 90, 110 folders, guys. Why? Because the base features, the setup support files are created in these three folders. So by default you will get these three folders. The highest folder, if you see here, 160. So undoubtedly you can say that 2022 installed in this machine without opening SSMS, without checking the version. You can blindly, you can tell that in this machine 2022 installed. Why? You can see 160 folder, you can see 150 folder. Blindly you can tell that 2019 installed in this machine. But for these folders, you have to go and check. But these, if you see the highest version of number, that means you can blindly tell that in this machine, okay, 2022 installed, 2019 installed, like that you can tell using these folders. Okay, if you go inside these folders, generally you can see, I told you, right, the setup bootstrap folder to see the log files and all, like summary.txt, like you can see some of the files. Sometimes they will ask you, hey, where you can see detail.txt file, where you can see summary.txt file. Okay, so what should be your answer, guys? Till this path, till Microsoft SQL Server, this path is called instance base directory. What is this path, guys? What is this path?
Instance based directory.
Instance base directory. Okay, right? And then if you go inside any of the folders, number folders, this is called instance binaries. What is this, guys? Instance binaries. Guys, no need to remember all these things, just for extra cheese, that's it. Okay, no need to remember all these things. when they are talking technically, you should, hey, please go and check in the instance binaries. You can see the files. If someone said like that, you should be able to identify, right, what is instance binary and all. That's why I'm
Correct.
explaining. No one will ask you guys.
We use that in our environment, Shanmugh.
Yes.
That's how we refer to it.
Yeah. Okay. So, and if you go inside this folder, like the instance specific folder, see, two folders gets created, right? MS SQL Server for default instance, batch 54 underscore NI for named instance. If you go inside these folders, this is called instance root directory. What is this, guys? Instance root directory. So instance base directory, instance binaries, and instance root directory. These are the technical words that we will use generally in the organizations, guys. Okay. Fine, guys. What and all folders that gets created when you install SQL Server? Some binaries folders it will be created, and the instance root directory folders also it will be created when you install the SQL Server. And yeah, and if you go instance root directory, this is very important folder, guys. Okay, in this you can see the backup files, bin and folder, data folder. In this data folder you can see all the database related data files, log files. I'll explain, guys, don't worry. So these are the main files, guys. These are the main files for every database. These are the main files. Okay, I'll explain, don't worry. So these are the folders that gets created when you install the SQL Server, guys. Clear?
Shanmugh, here you mentioned that 80, 90, 110, and then obviously 150 and 160. So
Yes.
as simple as that, 150 means 2019 is installed in this machine.
Correct.
160 means 2022 version is installed in this machine. But
Yes.
here we have 80, 90, and 110.
Mhm.
However, we don't have anything to do with R2. Is
Yes.
it because R2, what is the reason as to why R2 is not there?
They designed, again, this is a Microsoft design. Okay, so
Okay.
not sure why they are not carrying. Maybe the R2 is completely covering in 110. That's might be a reason. Maybe they are not even covering, okay, 100.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, so Shanmugh, like, so by default, it is taking like the highest version, 160. For example, if I am installing 2012, does 160 should be present, or it should be like
No. If you install 160, 2022, 110 will be, by default, these three folders will be created. That doesn't mean if you install 2012, 160 will be created. No, don't understand in that way.
Oh.
If you install the highest version, lowest version folders gets created.
By default.
Okay.
Yes, by default.
Okay. So for this case, it is 2019, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Shanmugh.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Guys, are we good now? Folder side. Right. Now let's go to the SSMS. Okay, let's open SSMS and let's discuss. Right, in the morning session we installed SSMS, right? Guys, sometimes, guys, still I can see people are doing a common mistake that directly they are opening the operating system in the local laptop itself. It is going to overwrite your base operating system. You are going to lose your whole data. Pooja is there? No. So guys, don't open the Windows software directly in your local laptop. Don't double click on the Windows software file. You have to always attach to the VM, then only you have to open the VM. You have to start the VM. If you open SQL Server setup file, nothing will happen. It will be installed in your local laptop. But if you open Windows setup file directly in your local laptop, you can see next. Okay, Shanmugh said the same option, right? Okay, I'll also go like that. Next. You will go blindly. It is going to overwrite your operating system completely. You are going to lose your data, guys. In every batch, 1-2 people will do this mistake. Don't ever open the operating system file directly in your laptop. Always attach it in the VM and then start the VM. Automatically it will read the operating system. Guys, are you clear, guys, what we are discussing? Is it okay? Is it clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Don't
Yes,
ever
sir.
open the Windows Server operating system directly in your local laptop. Always attach it and then start the VM. It will read the operating system, guys. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, sure. Fine. Right now, let's open Management Studio. People sometimes what they will do, they will open the same Management Studio. After the installation also, they will open the same Management Studio. When you open the same Management Studio, what will happen? Let me show you. Okay, why? Because I will get the screenshot. Say Shanmugh, I am getting like this. When I open the Management Studio like this, they will put the screenshot. Okay, repair, uninstall, close. Guys, this is the setup file. When you open the setup file, already you installed Management Studio right here. So that's why when you open the same setup file, it is going to ask you, hey, it's already installed, right? Why again you are reinstalling? Maybe is it repaired? Having some issues with your Management Studio, chalo, then repair it. Or you don't want Management Studio, chalo, uninstall it or close it. So don't open setup file once you installed SSMS. Okay, you cannot open the SSMS like this. You can click on the Windows button. You can see Management Studio will be created. This is one option. Or if you don't see like that, just hit the Windows button, type SS, okay, and MS. Like this also you'll get it. SS or M also. SSM also will open. Okay, SSM, SS. Sometimes SS also if you type it will open. Or simply type, who will remember all these things, Shanmukh? Just type Management Studio. Okay, just type Management Studio. You can see all the management related keywords you can see here, and you can simply click on the SQL Server Management Studio. Earlier, we used to use a shortcut called SSMS in the run, but for latest versions, the SSMS shortcut won't work. Previous versions, if you open run and if you type SSMS, it will directly open, guys, up to 2016-17. But latest version of Management Studio, SSMS shortcut is not going to work. You have to simply type the same SSMS in the Windows. The same SSMS in the Windows icon, if you type, you will get the Management Studio like this, okay? So this is how you have to open the Management Studio. So guys, listen carefully. Management Studio is just a tool to connect to the running instances. Okay, let me explain with the diagram, guys. Where is this drive? Oh, yeah. Now, imagine this is the Windows server. In this Windows server, you installed SQL Server. Okay, installed SQL Server. This is the SQL Server. It is up and running. Okay, this is up and running. Is 29. I'll tell you, Sudhakar. Will be discussed. Okay. Right. Fine. So to connect to this SQL Server, we need one tool called SSMS, guys. What is the tool? SSMS. Okay, we need one tool called SSMS. Let me check this whether I can. This or not. Windows Shift S. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Right. So to connect to the SQL Server, we need one tool called SSMS. Using SSMS, what I can do, guys, I can connect to the SQL Server. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. This SSMS, this is the Windows Server, guys. This is your Windows Server. Right? This is your whole Windows machine. In this Windows machine, I installed SQL Server. I installed SSMS also. Clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I can directly, a user can directly jump into this machine. Okay. And jump means login. Directly can log into the machine and he can open SSMS and he can connect to the SQL Server through this SSMS. Okay. He cannot directly go, guys. He cannot directly connect to the SQL server. Directly he cannot jump into SQL server. Through SSMS, he will go. Clear, guys? Through
Yep.
SSMS, he can connect like this. Chalo.
Hmm.
Now, SSMS is a tool that will help you to connect to the SQL servers. That to running instances, not all the instances. If the instance is stopped, you cannot connect. So now in the organization, how the developers will connect? Why? Because entering into the Windows machine is called a remote connection, right? How many people can enter into the Windows server at a time?
Two.
Two people,
Two.
max 2 people, right? More than 2 people, they cannot connect. But developers, 100 developers, 200 developers, 1000 developers will be there in every company. How they are going to connect to the databases? Is my question valid, guys?
Yep.
Developers will keep on working with the databases, but they cannot enter into the Windows server regularly. What is the other way we have?
SSMS.
Very good. Yes, correct. So this is your developer laptop. Okay. This is the developer laptop, guys. So Windows team will install SSMS in their laptop. What they will do? They will install SSMS in their laptop. So they will open the SSMS in their laptop, and from the SSMS, they can connect to the instance directly without entering into the Windows server. Are we good, guys, now? Are we good now? So
Yeah.
who is going to install SSMS in the developer's laptop? Windows team. Windows team. We are not responsible for installing management. Sometimes people will ping us, hey, DBA team, can you please install SSMS in my local laptop? No, we cannot take control of their local laptops. We cannot download the SSMS. We cannot install. In the servers, we are responsible to install Management Studio. But in the users' laptops, we are not responsible. If you want to install anything in the user's laptop, only Windows team can do that. Are you getting the point, guys? They will only have the necessary permissions. Okay, guys, are we good now? SSMS will be there in the server. DBAs will connect like this, entering into the Windows machine, and then they will open SSMS in the server and then they will connect. This is how DBAs will use SSMS. But how developers will use SSMS? One SSMS copy will be installed in the developer's laptop or user's laptop. They'll open SSMS, they'll connect to the server. The server is keep on up and running, guys. The server is up and running. Okay. It is up and running. So if your work is completed, wait a minute. If your work is completed, if this user, imagine this is Shibin. Shibin is a developer actually. If Shibin's work is completed, Shibin will close the SSMS in his laptop. That is not going to impact the SQL server. Are you getting the point, guys?
Yep.
Everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So this is how Suresh.
Yes, sir.
You're also a developer, right, Suresh?
Yes, some kind of, sir.
Some kind of, what kind of developer? Okay, nice guys. Guys, Suresh and Shibin, these are the professional, these two people are professionals, guys. So I guess Suresh is having around 10 plus 14 years. Shibin is also having same, right, Shibin?
Yes, sir.
Around 14 years of IT experience, guys. These two people.
Yep.
These are like working as developers, okay, in different technologies, not in SQL. They are using SQL in their day-to-day activities, but they are developers in other technologies, guys. Okay, just a small intro. Okay, fine, guys. Are we good now? No problem.
Yes,
Shanmugh,
just one
yeah.
quick question.
Yes, Shibin, please.
Sorry, there's somebody else who wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Okay,
please
I'll just-
proceed.
Okay. Here, you just happened to mention something very important with respect to the Windows machine, Shanmugh. You said at a time, 2 people can log into a Windows machine. Is that what you said?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So one has to be an administrator and the other one has to or can be a user. That's all.
See, the 2 people can be 2 SQL DBAs. 2 people
Okay,
can be
yeah.
1 SQL DBA, 1 Windows admin. One SqlDB, one storage admin, one SqlDB, one
Anyone.
network admin, two network admins, two storage admins, two Windows admins, anyone. But it will
Mm.
allow only 2 connections at a time.
Okay.
If 2 people are already connected to the server, right?
Mhm.
Imagine
Mm.
now you are connecting. Now you are
Mm.
trying to enter into the server. Okay, this is you.
Mm.
You are trying to
Mm.
connect to the server. You will get a pop-up. Hey, these 2 guys are already connected to this server. I don't allow you. If anyone is going to log off, then I'll allow you. Or else you will have a chance that you can kill any of them.
Kill the
Kill
session
this
and then.
guy, then instead of you can enter the server.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Shanmukh, like as we see here, like SSMS is used by developer and as well as also DBA. So
Correct.
why we call like SSMS like a client architecture tool, as we see DBAs are also using it.
See, client in the sense, what is the meaning of client? Tell me, Josh. Client, what is the meaning of client?
From I think stakeholders, like business stakeholders.
No. Client is a kind of a tool that will help you to connect to the server. The technical word we can call it as a client.
It's an application, okay.
Correct. Okay. Client, generally every application will have client server model. This is the terminology generally. So if any application is there, there should be one client also to connect to that application. That client can be one tool. For us, the client is SSMS tool.
Okay.
Sir, adding to that, there will be a video. If you want to play that, we will have separate applications, VLC, Windows Media Player.
Yes,
So,
yes, correct.
like that kind, we have SSMS also.
Correct. Very good example. See, for example, in my laptop, imagine I have a video. If I want to play that video, I can open VLC Media Player, I can open Windows Media Player, I can open some other media player. So the VLC, the Windows, these are the different clients that will help you to play your video.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, the video is recorded, the
Okay.
video format is separate, but you are using a tool called VLC Media Player to play that video. Thank you, Suresh.
Okay, I see. A good use case, yeah.
Yeah.
So how many number of like users can access like the SQL Server via SSMS? Like, is it like as many maximum?
32,767 users.
Wow, it's big.
Yeah.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes, Suresh.
The developer, if he want to access, still he required RDP, no, sir?
No, not required.
Not required.
Not required. So it depends on the organization. Some people they need, but generally for developers, no one will give RDP. If you are doing RDP means maybe you are entering into the jump server, jump host. From there you are accessing
Exactly.
the SQL server.
Yes, yeah. Like CyberArk.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Guys, don't worry, guys. Others, please, we are using some different terminologies, but don't worry. All these things will be covered one by one. Okay. Right. Chalo, guys. Okay, fine. Now, are we good on Management Studio part? So now let's go to this server. So I opened the Management Studio. Now it's opened, guys, like this. You can see. So now using Management Studio, I can connect to lot of components. I mean to say, you can connect to SQL servers, you can connect to analysis services, you can connect to reporting services, you can connect to integration services, guys. You can connect to Azure SSIS also. But as a DBS, our main responsibility is on database engine. Okay, so we'll always connect to database engine. In case if you are doing any work on reporting services, you have to choose reporting services from this data, from this drop down. If you want to connect to analysis services, you have to choose analysis services. If you want to connect to integration, you have to choose integration services. But generally, we don't use these. There will be a separate team to handle that. So database engine. Okay, the first server type should be database engine. That is your SQL server. Next, here you have to provide the server name. Okay, you have to provide the server name, guys. Okay, so we discussed one point, right? For default instance, which name it will use?
For Windows and instead of
MS SQL Server.
No, MS SQL Server, you can see only in the services and folders gets created with the MS SQL Server. Default instance, what name we will give while connecting in the SQL Server Management Studio?
Computer name.
Windows machine.
Computer name.
The name of the
Correct.
Windows machine.
Correct.
Local, we can say.
Yeah. That should be computer. Local also will reflect the computer name only. Okay. So computer name you have to give. So how to find the computer name? There are
About.
two ways. One is CMD, and you can type host name
Host name.
will help you to check the computer name. That is one thing. Or else you can go to this folder. You can right click on this PC properties. Okay. There also you can see the computer name. Okay. You can see here, right? Computer name, full computer name, or system information also will help you. What is that? System
System
information.
information.
Okay. If you open system information, there also you can see computer name. In all these three ways, you can find the computer name.
Name of the computer.
Okay. So now what I have to give here, guys, computer name I have to give. So what I can do, just click on the drop. I'm connecting to the default instance now. You can see computer name, right? Sometimes you can see, if you don't see, click on browse for more and the database
Yes.
engine. And there you can see all the installed instances in this machine. You can see like this, guys. Okay. Are we good now?
Yep.
Instead of
Yeah.
typing it manually, you can select like this also.
So automatically it can be populated this user Windows,
Correct.
the Windows.
Yes.
Okay.
Next time onwards, automatically it will be populated. First time you have to select like this. Next time it will be populated automatically. Okay. Click OK, guys. And then authentication. How you are connecting to the SQL server. Guys, you
Windows.
remember? Yeah. Remember this account name? Where you saw this account name? Anyone remember?
During installation,
Very
add
good.
user account.
Add current. Very good, Joe. Super. When you click on add current user, this account will be added. If you remember that screen or not, this account will be added. As this account is already added in the SQL server, so only this person can connect to the SQL server for now. Others cannot connect. If Shibin log into this machine using his name, he cannot connect to SQL server. So Shanmukh, anyone is able to log into this Windows machine can connect to SQL server? No. Windows team also will log into the Windows machine, right? Are you getting the point, guys? They are able to connect to SQL server? No. Network team, storage team, lot of teams will connect to the Windows machine. That doesn't mean they can connect to the SQL server. No. While connecting, you can see account name. See here, security if you expand, logins if you expand. See the account, this account is created. When I, during the installation, in the authentication screen, I selected one option, add current user. That will create this account. As this account is already created, that's why this person only can connect to SQL server. See the person name.
Shanmukh, like during installation, like we selected Windows authentication and we added a current user. But what if we like to add like DBA account and then want to
I'll
keep
tell you.
Windows authentication?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, and the security session will be discussed.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So guys, is it clear how to connect to default instance? Is it clear, guys, now in the management studio, everyone? Guys, are we good now?
Yep.
Everyone?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shamo, please, on the agenda, it's disabled. Is it a good practice for it to be disabled?
Agent, I'll tell you. It's not good practice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it won't work. Okay, in case if agent is disabled, automation will be stopped. I'll tell you how to enable and all. Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Fine. Now,
Sir,
if
if in
I,
case unable to log in, error means
I'll
what
tell
kind
you.
of
I'll tell you, Manju. I'll see. Every topic I'm going to cover the theory part, demo part, some common issues and all, Manju. So you don't worry. I'm going to cover. If I'm not covering, you can ask at the end of the class. Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Fine. Now, if you click on this is the connect button. This is disconnect button. Okay, you can just click. You can disconnect again. Disconnect. That doesn't mean that the SQL server is deleted or stopped. If you have work, you will connect. If your work is completed, you will disconnect. That's it. Clear, guys? Disconnect or closing SSMS doesn't mean that you are stopping the instance or SQL server will be stopped. No. If your work is there, you will connect to the instance. If your work is completed, you will disconnect from the instance. That's how it will work. Okay, so now I want to connect to one more instance. Again, let's click on the connect button. This time I'll give dot. Okay, dot. Now guys, can I connect?
Yes.
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 Let me connect. I can connect. And again, I'm connecting to local host. I can still
Yes.
connect.
Yes.
Again, I'm using just local.
Local.
Like this, in the brackets you have to give enter. Still I'm able to connect. So
Hmm.
guys, I installed only 2 instances, right? But here I can see 4 instances. How that is possible? Each one is one instance, guys. This is one instance, this is one instance, this is one instance, this is one instance.
I think it is one same instance, one default instance taking the computer name. So it's a single instance with different connection.
Very good.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
good. Yeah. So everyone is having 2-3 names, right? Everyone, official name, legal name, friends will call you with a different name. In the parents will call you different name. House, in the home, people will call you with a different name. Close friends will call you with a different name, right? In the
Yep.
same way, default instance, you can give computer name, or you can give dot, or you can give localhost, or you can give local. All are referring default instance only. These are the different names of computer name. So why we are discussing Shanmugh, this also has to be discussed, yes. Why? Because your seniors and all, they will use different names to connect. You cannot go and ask, hey, where is the server name? If you ask like that, then definitely, okay, this guy don't know anything. Okay, so for ease, generally people will give dot also. Dot is not in Windows terminology. Dot is the shortcut to computer name. If you see dot means that's a computer name. Okay.
Yep.
So this work only for default connections. No? So
Only
default
default, only
instance.
default. Yes, only default instance. This is only, these are all four methods or 4 names only for default instance, guys. Okay. Right, guys. Now let me connect to named instance. How to connect to named instance? Click on connect button. Again, go to this browse button, browse for more, expand database engine. See here,
Yep.
batch 54_NI. Okay. So named instance generally prefixed with computer names. Why? Because imagine 100 servers are there, 100 Windows machines are there. You installed multiple instances in each Windows machine.
Hmm.
You should be able to identify, right? So from which machine or this named instance installed in which machine, you should be able to identify, right? That's why it will be prefixed with a computer name. Computer name kind of a family name, guys. Okay. This batch 54_NI installed in this computer. So you can easily identify in which Windows machine the instance is installed. So for that purpose, named instances, during the installation, you will only give this name, guys. Correct? You remember? We gave only this name, but while connecting, you have to give computer name / instance name. Why? Because it will connect to the respective host first. From that host, it will connect to the respective instance. So named instances names will be, how it will be, guys? Computer name / instance name, like that it will be. So connect, guys. You should be able to connect. If you see computer name / instance name, what kind of instance it is, guys?
Named
Named
instance.
instance.
Or simply if you don't know whether it is computer name or not, but if you see / means definitely it's a named instance only. Why? Because in the instance name, you cannot give /, right? It's a special character. You cannot give /, right? So in the instance name, if you see / means definitely it's a named instance.
Named
Right?
instance.
Okay, so in that way you can identify which one is default and which one is named instance, guys.
Hmm. Very nice.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
fine. Okay, let me go to the server now. So this is how we'll connect to the named instance, guys. For named instance, what we have to give, guys, in the instance name?
Computer name backslash.
Computer name backslash instance name you have to give. Okay, so now can I connect to the named instance like this? Can I connect? No, not possible. Or is it possible?
Local dot represents localhost, and then that's a backslash. Yeah, should be okay.
Fine, guys. Are we good now? Can we connect? Guess it, guys.
No.
Yes, sure.
No or yes?
No. No, sir.
Yes.
No.
No. Maybe.
Oh, yes, it's possible.
It's possible, Dimitri.
I think it's
Yes, sir.
possible.
Possible, sir. Possible.
Okay. It is possible, guys. Okay. It is possible. You can connect to the named instance like this also. Again, dot is the computer name. So backslash your instance name. So this is possible. Okay. Fine. Manju, please.
So
begin.
we can do that using localhost, local.
That is not possible, I guess. I don't think so. Okay.
Okay.
Let me check. Localhost. I never tried. Yeah, it's working. And let me go and check this local also. Guys, I will give you one assignment. Other than this, check any other ways we can use to connect to the instances. Yeah, it is going to work. Okay, Shivin. Yeah,
Okay.
I never tried it. It's going to work.
Shanmukh, like other ways to log in, like can I use like IP address also to
Yes,
log in?
yes, you can use IP address also. Try it, guys. In the Google, 2-3 extra methods are there to connect to the instances. Check and let me know. Okay, just type like how many ways we can connect to the SQL Server instance in the Management Studio. Just type like that, you will get the answer. Okay. So now let me disconnect to all the instances, guys. Ding 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 ding. Done. Okay. So let me connect to this default instance, computer name, connect, and then again let me come to the named instance. That's
Named
it.
instance.
Right. So guys, can you see any differences between these two? Can you see any differences between these two? Any
Yes.
extra objects?
So one is to the maintain,
Replication
one
is
is
this
2022.
Very good.
polybase.
Very good. Polybase? Okay, very good. Very good. Replication is there, okay, in both. Okay, so in the
polybase.
2019, polybase is there. In 2022, you don't see polybase. Very good. Okay. Next, any other extra things, any extra changes that you can see? Right. Okay. So mostly, guys, main things like databases, security, server objects, like as these are two different versions, you can see some extra things or you don't see some extra features and all. But generally, if you connect to any of the instance, the main things like databases you can see, security you can see, server objects you can see, replication you can see, always on you can see, management and integration catalog and agent. These are the main things that you can see, guys, for every instance, whether it is a 2012, 2016, 2017, 2019, you can see these objects only. Everything will call it as an object. Database is also an object. Table is also an object. Login is also an object. Stored procedure is also an object. So in SQL Server, everything will call it as an object, guys. Okay. Fine. This is called plus button, expand button. You can click on the plus symbol. You can expand the things so that you can see some other internal folders and all you can see like this. If you don't want, you can minimize this. Like for every object, you can see a plus symbol is there and internally you can see some other extra features and all. So this is like a polybase. We haven't enabled polybase right during installation. That's why we are getting the error. Always on also will get the error. Why? Because always on feature you have to enable, that will be discussed in the always on session. Or else
Other
it's
edition also you can get these features. Sir.
sorry.
Other edition also you can
Yes,
get these
yes,
features.
yes, Manju. We can get
So
this.
now might be management it will not there in Express edition.
Yeah. See, Express edition, I'll tell you. See, You can use Management Studio to connect to Express instance also. Okay?
Yeah.
You can use your Management Studio to connect to the Express whatever edition it is. The tool is same. For Express edition, you'll get different Management Studio. For Standard edition, you'll get different Management Studio. Nothing like that.
I'm not like that management studio, sir. Here management option is there.
Management. Yeah, management. You can check it once. Okay. So management, yes, in the Express edition, you don't see extra features like agent, like this agent, maybe management. I didn't notice that one. Generally, you don't see agent in the Express edition. Okay. Express edition don't show you agent. Express edition doesn't have automation, right?
No,
So it
it's
don't
showing,
show.
but it's disable only. But management regularly I'm
Express
using.
edition. Okay. Okay. Fine. So for Express edition, it's not showing management, but in the agent it is showing that it's in disabled state, right? That's what you are
Yes,
saying.
yes, yes.
Okay, so are you sure it's an Express edition?
Sure, sir, sure.
Okay, so you know right where to check the edition and all. Okay,
Yeah.
but the previous not sure which version it is.
Sorry, sir.
Which version it is?
2014.
2014. But the previous versions you don't see agent service in the Express edition. Just go and check 2012, 2008, 2008 R2. You don't see agent itself.
Even evaluation edition also polybase it is not there.
Yes, forget about this. So we are not using, right? You can leave it. So no need to discuss those things and all. It will create some extra confusion. Polybase and all, we don't use it in the organization. See, guys,
Okay.
don't think these are all only for DBS. No, we are the DBS that we have to maintain the SQL server. Some of the features will be used by developers. Some of the features will be used by business
Somebody
analysts, right? Business analysts. So as we are going to take care of the databases, that we can see all these things. That doesn't mean all these things we are going to learn. No, we don't need it. Whatever things are important, mandatory for DBA, that we are going to learn. Polybase and all, we don't need it. We are not using in any project. We don't use polybase and all. Some features belongs to development also. Okay, so whatever DBA related tasks and all there, we are going to cover all the DBA tasks, guys. Fine. So now my question is, I'm using this Management Studio, right, to connect to the instance. One Management Studio is enough to connect to all the instances, or for 2019, one Management Studio, 2022, one Management Studio I have to install? You can see the answer on the screen itself.
One is enough, no?
One is
One
enough.
management.
One is enough. Why? Because you can see the example. This is 2019 to this is 2022. So no need to install multiple Management Studio for every instance. One Management Studio is enough. You can use the same Management Studio to connect to all the instances. But here there is a challenge. What is the challenge? Can anyone tell me? What is the challenge?
You can only connect to one instance at one time.
Then what is this?
No, in the sense, if you have to run the query,
okay,
Can
you can run multiple queries parallelly.
multiple
not
queries. Yeah, sorry. No, that's not correct.
Yeah, good try. Just try it. Tell me, guys, any one or two basic challenges? You can use one
Yeah, it
Management
is
Studio to
server
connect to
based.
all the versions of SQL servers. That's for sure. No need to install in this. Imagine in this Windows machine, if I am having 2012, 2014, 2016, 2017, 2019, 2022. If I'm having these many instances from different version, one Management Studio is enough to connect to all the instances. One is enough. But there are some challenges. What are those challenges? Listen carefully. For example, if your SSMS is higher version, okay, all the lower version instances will connect and you can see all the lower version features also. Okay, guys. But if your Management Studio is lower version, if your Management Studio, if you are using lower version Management Studio, if you are using lower version Management Studio, And if you are connected to
Higher version
of SQL Server, you can connect, but higher version features won't be visible in the lower version SSMS. I don't want you to be confused, guys. I'll explain with the example. See, SSMS is introduced in the year of 2012. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Always on feature is introduced in the year of 2012 version, guys. Okay. But if you are using 2008 Management Studio and if you connect to 2012 or 2016, you cannot see always on. Are you getting the point, guys?
Yeah.
You can connect using Management Studio from any version to any version, but there are basic challenges. Why? Because I have to tell this, guys. In the organization, different Management Studios will be there. You will simply open SSMS and you will open lower version SSMS. And earlier, before that, Shanmukh, you said only one Management Studio, right? Why again I have to use multiple Management Studio? Before 2016, for every instance, one Management Studio has to be installed when you install SQL Server. That means if you install 2005, 8, 8R to 12, 4 Management Studios gets installed, guys. 4 Management Studios gets installed. From 2016 onwards, it was changed, but up to 2016, when you install any SQL Server, automatically Management Studio also will be installed. So now, if you open 2008 Management Studio and you connect it to 2012, can we connect, guys? Lower version Management Studio, higher version SQL Server, can we connect?
No.
No?
No.
No? No? No?
Yes, yeah. Yeah,
Yes, we can
incompatibility.
connect.
We can connect. That's
Connect
what I
is
said.
fine.
We can
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah, we
But
can
we
connect.
cannot see the 2012 new features in the 2008
Features.
SSMS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Are we good, everyone? Guys, very simple.
Yes.
Good.
One important point is you can
we get.
connect. Yeah, you can connect any version of SQL Server in any version of Management Studio. Is this clear, everyone? Everyone.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
The second important point is if SSMS is higher version, if your SQL Server is lower version, no issues at all. Higher to lower, no issues at all. But if your SSMS is lower version and you connect it to the higher version, you don't see higher version SQL Server features in the lower version Management Studio. That's it. Sometimes we'll face these challenges. You will use 2008 Management Studio, you will connect to 2016. You don't see always on. You will worry, hey, where is the always on? Where is the polybase? I don't see these features. What is the reason? You are using lower version of Management Studio.
I have one doubt.
Yes, Deepak.
Do we have a HA for the Management Studio as well?
HA for the Management Studio in the sense?
I mean that suppose we have a single Management Studio and for any kind of reason it will go down or it will not open. So in that case, what we have to do?
Good question, Deepak. See, HA in the sense you can install or you can use another version Management Studio. That is the only HA we have. SSMS is only one tool. Okay. Again, if one SSMS is not working, then you can use it. See, if you have multiple copies of Management Studio, you can use another copy of Management Studio. But by default, you don't have any HA for Management Studio. Okay. If you install 2 Management Studios, it might help you. See, now currently I'm using which version of Management Studio? How to check the version of Management Studio? Can anyone tell me?
Yeah,
If you want
select
to help.
at server name version.
Version of Management Studio, not SQL Server. Management Studio version is separate, SQL Server version is separate. Guys, don't get confused here. Management Studio is just one application to connect to the SQL Server. SQL Server version is different. Management Studio version, see here. What is the Management Studio version I'm using? 19.3. We have 18.0 also. You can install 18.0 in such scenarios. If SSMS 19.3 is corrupted, 18.0 will help you. Deepak.
Got it.
Could you please repeat that question that he just asked
He
once
asked
again?
like, for example, in case if one server is down, another server will take care of it using HA option, high availability feature.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In the same way, in my machine, if
One's
Management Studio is not working,
functioning.
okay, any such kind of HA feature is there for SSMS like that is asked.
Got it. Got it. Just simply install another version.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. Yeah.
Or can we use Azure Management Studio, sir?
Azure
Azure is-
Management Studio nowadays, see the same Management Studio was integrated with Azure. You can still use it. Okay. Azure, the same Management Studio is integrated with Azure, guys. Azure integration is there, right? Azure integration will be there. So Azure Management Studio, it's not like if it is there in the, again, in the Azure, we have different environments, IaaS and PaaS environment. So if it is there in the IaaS, you can use it, no issues. Okay. But these Management Studios generally for users, it will be installed in their local laptops.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, are we good now? Lower version, higher version, Management Studio.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
If
Yes.
Management Studio is lower version and you connect to the higher version features cannot be visible in the lower version Management Studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Right. Now, while connecting to the instance, sometimes you will get connection issues, connection timeout issues, or you will get errors like this. What kind of errors? Let me show you. You will get errors like this. What kind of connection issues? There is an interview question. Hey, while connecting to the SQL server, user is getting an error. How you will troubleshoot? Okay, these kind of questions you are going to get it, guys. While connecting to the SQL server, user is facing timeout issues or he is getting errors. How to troubleshoot it? Generally, in what scenarios will get issues, guys?
Services.msn is
But the
stopped.
service is not running.
Hey, Shibin, come on. Every time you're concentrating on services.ms.
Service.
Services, you can use the word called services. If services are down, SQL Server services are down, yes, you cannot connect. If you say services.msc, if Management Studio is not working, does it mean your SQL Server is going to stop?
No.
No, right? Services.msc is a tool that you can see all the
Tool.
services. That's it. Okay.
Correct. Services is what I meant.
Yes, SQL Server connection issues. Right? So if the SQL Server is in stopped state, then you cannot connect or you will get the connection issues. You will get the error. Okay. Okay, guys. If the SQL Server is not running, you will get the connection issues or you cannot connect to SQL Server. Second, if the server name is wrong, then also you can't connect. Okay. If server name is wrong, if server name is not existed, then also you cannot connect to that. If any network issues are there, then also you cannot connect to SQL Server. Okay. Next, if the resource crunch is there, resource crunch like high CPU, high memory, okay, or huge blockings or TempDB contention, like pressure on TempDB contention, or any drives are full, in such scenarios also you cannot connect. That doesn't mean whenever high CPU is there you cannot connect. If it touches high CPU and if the machine is hanged, you cannot connect to SQL Server, guys. Okay.
Also, if browser is stopped mode,
No.
that time also we
That
can
is wrong. No. I'll tell you. That also I'll tell you. Okay. Browser service. Yeah, there are some scenarios. Browser also will cause the issues. I'll tell you, but.
Okay. Shanmukh, like if the firewall is turned off, that
Very
affect
good.
connection?
Very good. Firewall issues. Next, port issues. Port issues. Very good. Port issues. If port is not opened or if any port problem is there, then also you'll get connection issues. And if you don't have enough permissions, okay, if you don't have enough permissions, then also you'll get the error. These are all the scenarios that you can explain in the interview. These are some common scenarios that we will get the errors while connecting to the SQL Server. See here, I am giving, okay, one wrong name. Do we have batch 54 underscore n. Do we have any such kind of instance? No, right?
No.
See here what it is saying. A network related or instance specific error occurred while establishing a connection to a SQL server. The server was not found. Okay, see here how many reasons are there. The server was not found or was not
Was not
accessible.
accessible.
Verify. See what he's giving the, see guys, as a DBA, you should have a primary, very important thing. Okay, what is that, guys, as a DBA? 1 minute.
Should be able to understand errors.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, please. Hello?
Hello, sir. Sagar here. I have called for the information.
Which information, Sagar? Right. Okay. So what is the primary thing that all the DBAs should have, guys? Guess it, guess it. I want to listen different answers, guys. What is the very important primary thing that we should have as a DBS?
Understand the error message.
Very good. Next. Guys, try it. What is there in that? Okay. I'm not asking technical questions. Next. Guess it. What
Finding
can
the
be the
error.
answer? Sorry?
Finding the error, what exactly?
Very good. Next.
Resolving.
Next. Very good. Next.
Wrong instance.
Wrong instance. No, man. Next. Someone said one word. I guess someone used that word initially.
Patience in error reading, sir.
Very good. Suresh Babu Chala.
Finding the result,
As a
finding the error.
DBA, we should have, okay, three main things, guys. What is those three main things? Patience, patience, patience. Okay, guys, seriously, go and check any error in the error description itself. They will give you the suggestion also. Have you ever read that complete error? In the error description itself, they'll give you the complete error information, and at least they will give you the hints how to troubleshoot that. What we will do once we got the error, chalo, ammo, I got the error, I cannot fix it. So we'll keep on searching. Just read the error completely, line by line, twice, thrice, until you get clarity on each word of that error. Okay, that's why I said patience, patience, patience. You should be able to read it completely. Okay, guys, so here it is saying, see, the server was not found or was not accessible, but it is giving some hints here. Hey, verify that the instance name is correct. That is one hint. And that the SQL server configured to allow remote connections. Second hint. These are the okay. So these are the two hints it is giving. One is verify that remote connections enabled or not. And second one is, okay, verify the instance name is correct. See, two hints it gave. Okay, and here I have to add one more thing. That what is that, guys? Verify remote connections are enabled or not. Verify. I'll show you where to check. Okay, remote connections are enabled or not. Okay, that we have to check, guys. So verify remote connections are enabled or not. So this is also one. So that's what you should be able to read the information, read the error information completely, read it twice, thrice. So you'll get a basic hint. So based on that, you can start troubleshooting, guys. Okay, right? So what I said, if the error, the server name is wrong, or if the server name does not existed, or if it is not in the network, or if it is not enabled for the remote connections, okay, or if the services are down, or if any port number issues, or if you don't have enough permissions, in all these scenarios you'll get the connection issues, guys. Are we good now?
Yep.
Chalo, guys.
Shanmugh Garu.
Yeah.
One more question. We are using one instance. Sorry, what is it? SSMS. in that the management studio and the agent is not available. Unable to find it. So if you go for one more updated version.
Sorry, you're using one SQL instance in that you don't see agent. I'll tell you. This might be your office server, right?
Yes.
There are two reasons that you cannot see agent. One reason is if it is Express Edition, you cannot see agent. Or, or, if you don't have enough permissions, you cannot see agent. If you cannot see agent means you are having limited permissions.
Are using Express Edition.
Yes, or using Express Edition. You can check the edition, select at version, you can check the edition, or print at edition, print at version will give you the edition. Still, if it is not Express, it is other edition, maybe you don't have enough permissions, you don't have enough control on the SQL server. If you are a sysadmin, you can see agent. If you are not a sysadmin, if you're having limited permissions on the instance, you don't see the agent service.
If suppose we update that SSMS, we can find it.
No. You don't have permissions, Anil.
Okay.
If you don't have permission, how if you update SSMS will help you? If you update the SSMS, do you think your permissions will be upgraded? Correct? Even though if it's in the two cases also your answer is wrong. If Express Edition, even though you upgrade your SSMS, it won't help you. Okay, if you don't have permissions, even if you upgrade the SSMS, it won't help you.
Suppose we are not using Express Edition.
If you don't use Express
2019,
Edition, if you are having enough permissions, if you are using the developer edition or standard or enterprise, you can see the agent.
Okay.
But you should have enough permissions.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions, guys? Why people are not responding? Manasa?
Shinmuggaru.
Yes, Ram.
That can I ask in Telugu?
Yeah, no problem. You can go ahead.
అది ఇప్పుడు సర్వర్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇప్పుడు విండోస్ తో ఒకటి డాట్ అని లోకల్ హోస్ట్ అని అలా ఎన్ని టైమ్స్ కనెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు?
Depends. See, how many names you are having, Ram? Some people will have 2 names, some people will have 3 names, 4 names, 5 names.
అంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఫస్ట్ సర్చ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ ఒకసారి కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది కదా, మళ్ళీ కనెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చా?
See, that doesn't mean you have to use all the times. No, one DBA will use dot, one DBA will use localhost, one DBA will use local, one DBA will use computer name. So if you are talking to them, if you see their screens, you can see different names. You shouldn't be confused why they are giving dot, why they are giving local. For all this purpose, we are explaining all these things. That doesn't mean every time you have to give all these every option while connecting the SQL server.
అదే అర్థమైంది సార్. అది అలాగా ఎన్ని టైమ్స్ అయినా కనెక్ట్ అవుతుందా అంటున్నా సార్. మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఇదే ఇప్పుడు 16.0 ఉంది కదా సార్.
Actually, I will ask the question in different way. That can we connect to the default instance multiple time and can we work
మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా, అలా కనెక్ట్ అవుతుందా?
If you are giving different names, yes, it is possible. You have to ask like this: what and all different ways to connect to the default instance? How many different ways are there to connect to default instance? But it is possible. It is possible if you are giving different names. See, for default instance, you can give computer name, dot, and all. These are the different names. We are connected to the same instance using different name. That's it. That doesn't mean don't think that you are having 4 instances in this machine. No, only one instance. See, what is your name, Ram? You have one more name. What is that? Bobby. So if I Bobby, if I call Ram, you will respond. If I call Bobby, you will respond. Correct? So only but the person is only one. That doesn't mean 2 people are existed here, right? So in the same way, only one instance is there that you can connect using computer name or dot or localhost or local or IP address. So these many ways we can use. Different people, they are going to use different ways to connect to the default instance. So that's why we explained all these things. Okay.
Shanmugh?
Yes.
If you choose, Windows authentication, whatever you have explained earlier with different names, different people can connect. It is impossible, right? If you choose Windows authentication.
Currently, for every till now, I used Windows authentication only. Did I change the authentication to anything? Did I change it to
But
SQL authentication?
you said that only one person can connect.
Forget
In
about it.
others.
Forget about it. No, you are confusing this topic. No. Okay. So I never changed the authentication. Forget about the authentication for now. In the security, we'll discuss the authentication. Okay. Only one person means what? What is the meaning of only one person?
From his laptop only.
From his laptop, only one person can connect. I'm not getting your point, Sudhakar.
Sir, actually is asking that RDP, that where we connect
RDP is
to.
2 persons, right?
Okay.
Is it related to RDP, Sudhakar?
No.
No, right? It's not related to RDP. What
It
is
is
the
about
meaning of
authentication.
authentication? Why we are discussing authentication? Leave it. Leave for now. Okay, we'll discuss in the security concept. There you will get an idea what is authentication and all.
Okay.
Sir,
Right?
I have one query.
Yeah, Suresh.
On that configuration manager.
Okay.
We have two configuration manager in our system.
Yes.
One is 2019, one is 2022.
Correct.
And so now if you want to run or if you want to stop, we should go separately. Correct, no, sir? Separate.
Correct. Correct. Yes. See here, I'll give you an example of SSMS example. I'll give you here. See here. See, I am using higher version configuration manager, so I can see all the lower version and higher version SQL servers here. And this is in this machine, I have two configuration managers. One is 2019, another one is 2022. If I open 2019 lower version, I can see only lower version SQL server here. But if I open 2022 configuration manager, I can see 2022 server, I can see 2019 server also. Guys, is it clear? Higher version, you can see all the lower things. Lower version, you cannot see higher things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Any questions, guys? Any questions, doubts?
No, Shanmugh, this is very nice.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Okay, so now, yeah, Neil.
Shanmugh, మేము 2019 server issues.
2019 server?
Server use చేస్తాను. SQL server.
I'm not getting your voice. In 2019?
2019 SQL server యూస్ చేస్తాను.
Okay.
దాంట్లో SSMS లో మాకు ఇప్పుడు ఏజెంట్ కనిపిస్తుంది కదా, మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఏజెంట్.
Okay.
SSMS యూస్ చేస్తాం కదా, దాంట్లో కనిపిస్తుంది. మేము SSMS ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి న్యూ వర్షన్ అప్డేట్ చేసుకుంటే దాంట్లో ఏమైనా కనిపిస్తుందా అండి?
Anil, tell me one thing. The last question you asked, right? You are not able to see the agent, right?
Yes.
And now you are saying you are able to see the agent. Now tell me one thing. Both are same instances? The instance names are same?
Yes, sir. Both are same.
Check it clearly. It's very important. If both are same, see, Management Studio is not going to limit you for agent service. Only two reasons. One is edition, another one is permissions. Nowhere Management Studio will limit you to see the agent services. In this scenario, maybe the instance name can be different. It cannot be the same. Where last time you don't have permissions on the previous instance, maybe on this instance you might have permissions to see the agent. Verify it. Management Studio will never block the agent. Or maybe you are using a different account to connect to the SQL server. Okay, these can be the possible reasons. Chalo, so guys,
We will check.
yeah, just check it once. Right, guys. quickly we'll discuss a small topic called how to change the service account. Okay, how to change the service account. Okay, after the installation, how to change the service accounts, we'll discuss and we'll wrap it up for today. Okay, so now can you see on which service account the SQL server is running, guys? SQL server means always the main service. This is the one. Which service account?
Network service.
NT service, right? Network service, right? You can see the instance name like this. Now I want to change the service account. Changing the service account after the installation is dash activity.
Downtime.
Downtime activity. Okay, downtime activity means you have to restart the SQL server. Downtime activity means you have to restart the SQL server. All right. During the installation, it's not a downtime activity. After the installation, if you are changing the service account, means it's a downtime activity. Okay, fine. So how to change it? So before changing, we have to create one account, one service account that I have to make that service account as a local admin. Then only I can change it. Okay, so how can I create one user account in the Windows machine? Guys, creating the user accounts will be taken care by the Windows team. Okay, I'll show you where we can DBS work will start in changing the service account. I'll show you. But first you have to create a user account. This will be done by the Windows team. So where the user is going to create the user account, go to Windows Run in your server, type LUSRMGR, local user manager .msc. Local USR user MGR manager. Okay. .msc. You can see users and groups. Double click on the users. Create a new user. And this username is like a service account, SQL underscore. I'm just giving one name. In the organization general will follow this method. Okay. PRD SVC ACT SQL production service account. Okay. In some companies they will give different names, but generally will follow this standard. Full name, description, leave it. Password, you have to give the strong password. Again, you have to give the same password that you are using till now. Don't keep on changing the passwords in every scenario. It will create the problems. Okay. Select the second one and third one. Right. I just created the account. This is just one user account. This is as of now, it's not a service account. Just one user account. That's it. Then I have to make this service account as a
user account.
I have to make this user account as a administrator. Very good, Manasa. I have to make this account. This is just a normal account for now. Why it is going to act as a service account? Service account, what it will do? It will log into every drive. It will write the data, read the data, delete the data. So for that you need admin permissions. So how can I give admin permissions to this account? Go to groups.
Permissions.
Go to administrators group. Click on add the account that you created till just now. Okay, SQL underscore PRD, right? No need to type the whole thing. Just type first two words, check names. 1 minute. Sometimes it will take, sometimes it won't take. SVC ACT. Okay, just check it. Yeah, now you can see computer name / username. Click OK. And if you apply it, and if you click OK, this account becomes an administrator, guys. Now this account becomes an administrator. Okay. Are we good, guys, now? Now, go to services. You can change it either from services.msc or from configuration manager. Anything will work. Let's go to configuration manager. Okay. Always you have to change the main server service account. This is the main database engine, right? Double click on that. Go to login as section. This account, browse, give the service account name. What is the service account name? SQL underscore PRD. Just type these two words. Okay, it's not coming. And SQL PRD SVC underscore ACT. Check names. Okay, computer name / account name. Click OK. And then it will ask the password. Guys, while creating this account, I gave one password, right? That password you have to give here. Don't give new password. While creating the account, you gave one password, right? That password you have to give here. Okay, right? Done. And then apply. See here. This will cause the service to be restarted. Do you want to continue? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right. Now click OK. Done. Earlier, what you can see here, NT service MS SQL server, if you remember. Now what you
Yep.
can see here?
Localhost / SQL service account.
Very good. Dot /
Okay.
your service account. Dot is nothing but computer.
This is the local default server.
Yes. This
So
is your
this is what
name.
we call customized service account.
Correct. Yes, this is what we call customized service account.
Okay, so now we have like a personal impersonification now, right?
Yes.
Earlier it was built in.
Correct.
Okay.
Like that, if you want to change it to agent, double click on that. Go to this account, browse, type SQL _ PRD _ SVC _ ACT. Okay. Check names, click OK, and the password, and confirm password, and apply, and then OK. See, it was changed. We want to start this service, you can start it. Right now it is running, right? If you see here, now just refresh it, which is default instance, right? This see, earlier it is showing like this, now it is showing like this. Agent is up and running. Are we good, guys? See, again, don't think that when I change the service account, then only it is up and running. No, I changed the service account and I started also. Earlier it was in stop state, now then I started the agent also. You can also change it from the services.msc. For named instance, I'll change, guys. Default instance, it's already changed, right? It's not yet reflected here. See, it is still showing the old one only. Let me refresh it. It will show you guys. Okay, right click, refresh. See here. Let me change it to named instance from services.msc. This time I'm using services.msc. You can use configuration manager also. But how to do it from services.msc? Double click on the service. This is using NT service batch 54NI. Double click on that. Go to login as section. Same option, browse.
SVC _ ACC.
ACT.
So one query.
Yes, yes, please.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No problem.
Now we are creating a client service to read, write, to do all the things only for SQL Server.
Correct.
Okay.
This service account will read and write. Okay, this service account will read and write the data to the SQL Server.
Earlier we had
Default different account.
Default one.
Yeah, default one or virtual account. But now I don't want the virtual and the default one. It will create performance issues. I'm giving my own account. That is called customized service account. Are we good, guys? How to change the service account after the installation?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Guys, everyone,
Yes.
everyone, please respond. Why is Shalem, why you are not responding, man?
Sure.
You are in the function or what? Okay.
But in this configuration manager, I had some doubt.
No problem. You can ask me, Shalem.
Here we discussed in this that CEIP is not reflecting here, right? You said why is
See,
that?
yeah, got. Okay. So see, in the services.msc, every service will be there in the services.msc. But in the configuration manager, only important services will be reflected. That too SQL Server related services. Okay, maybe they designed like that. That is the design from the Microsoft. Why it is not reflecting is I don't know why they designed like that. But CEIP and VSS writer you don't see in the configuration manager. You can see database engine, agent, browser, and full text. This is the design from the Microsoft. That's how they designed. There might be some reasons, but till now we never thought in that way. Don't know why they are not showing this browser or CIP service or VSS writer in the browser. But this is how they designed Salem.
It means that when you create the user for the default instance, when you want to like restart like to turn on the service, the SQL Server agent on the name instance, you don't need to create another user. Am I right?
That means you're asking why I'm using same service account for two instances.
Yeah, that's my question.
You can do that, no issues. Okay. In the organization, we'll create a separate account. Only we'll use the same account across all the instances. So you can give that account to n number of instances, that customized account to
Oh,
n number
okay.
of instances. Here it is a
And please,
local
can
account.
you,
Yeah.
please, can you also repeat the step that you went through to create the user? Because you went too fast, I couldn't really
No
capture it
problem,
well.
no problem, no problem. It's very simple, okay? Let me go to lusermgr.msc, go to user section, right click, new user, okay? Dimitri, I'll create Dimitri. I can make you as a service account, guys. Guys, service account is nothing but an account, a user account, that's it. I can give the name as anything, any name. Dimitri, I can make service account instead of I have to add Dimitri into administrators group, and I can change the service account to Dimitri also. Okay, Dimitri. I'm adding this. Why? Because service account should have a admin permissions. Apply. Okay. Now if you go to services, okay, I can go to this agent service. I can double click on that. I can go to logon section. Here I can add Dimitri as a service account. Password is not matching.
That we have not unchecked that reset option, sir,
Not
while we are creating.
not correct. 1 minute. That is not an issue.
Actually, sir, you do not create a password at the time of your creation.
Is it? And created the
Yes,
password. I guess I gave the password. Result in administration account being disabled. Deleted. The following are record while attempting to save the properties of user Dimitri. This operation is disallowed as it could result in an administration account being disabled, deleted, or unable to log on. Is it created or it's not created? Refresh. Refresh. One minute. Let me delete this. Yes. Okay. Refresh. New user. Dimitri. I'm giving the password. Okay. Create and close it. Go to groups, administrators group, add Dimitri here. Apply. Okay. As of now, I made Dimitri as a local administrator. Now go to services.msc. Okay. Properties. Dimitri, it was changed. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See here. Dimitri is also a service account now. So the SQL prod SVC, just to resemble, it will sound like a service account. I can give Dimitri, I can give Arnold Schwarzenegger, any name I can give. It will act as a service account. Okay, so this account is also a kind of user account, but I cannot give my manager name, I cannot give lead name, I cannot give CEO name, right? So we'll follow a protocol. That's why it should resemble like it's a service account. So other DBAs can easily understand, okay, SVC ACT, it's a service account. I can make an individual person also service account. Okay, but generally we'll follow a naming convention, naming standards. That's why we'll keep name like that. Dimitri, is it clear now how to create user, how to add him into the local administrator? Is it clear? Dimitri?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah.
Shanmugh, I
So
think, I don't know if it was him or somebody else mentioned a particular name and then you said, yes, that is correct. So something to do with customizable service account. Is that what he
Yes,
referred?
customized service account, correct, yes.
Customizable service.
So Shanmugh, like in the actual work environment, who has like service account power, like DBAs or like?
See, user account will be created by the Windows team, then we'll change the service account. DBS will change the service account. The account will be created by Windows team, and we'll change the account to service account. Okay, we'll change the service account, that will be done by the DBA team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, sorry, sir. Sir, we are creating this client account, service account, to increase the performance.
Correct.
Now, if we give the same account number for all the instances, for example,
Very
10
good, very
instances,
good.
doesn't it affect?
Generally, yeah. We'll create this account in the domain. Okay. Now, as of now, people don't know what is domain and all. Now you have an idea what is domain and all. All right. So domain accounts generally you can use for multiple instances. Domain account you can use for multiple instances. Okay. And one more challenge, if you give the same default account, there might be a chance that it can be a vulnerability if you are using same default account, okay, virtual accounts. To overcome those vulnerabilities and all, we'll give customized accounts. So others from hackers don't know what service account we are using. Okay, Suresh?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah. So guys, yes, please.
Just double click on default instance.
Double click on default instance. Okay. This one, sorry, not this one. This one, default instance main service. Yes.
Sir, here built-in account is there. What is that option?
Built-in account. That's what. If you want a local system, local admin, like default accounts, if you want to use, you can choose built-in account. If you want to use custom account, you have to select from the existing.
We can change anytime.
You can change it, but we don't use built-in accounts. We will use customized accounts only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, one general query.
Yes, Suresh.
Sir, when we use database, all this DBA and database, actually, when we are not in, sorry, I will ask once again. So Amazon company will have database, and like that, which company has the application or website, they will use the database.
Correct.
And if they don't have any application, then also those companies are using database. And what purpose they are using, if they are using?
You have to give me the example. Without applications who are managing SQL servers, give me the example. Why? Because it cannot be a database application. It can be a reporting server. It can be an analysis service. It can be an integration service just to integrate the data. They will also use SQL server, right?
Awesome. Actually, my question was to extend to that question.
Okay.
So the companies will have servers and server room in a AC room.
Okay.
And they're maintaining it. Still, they don't have any application.
See, if they don't have own applications, maybe they are giving their resources to
storage,
other
right?
applications. Okay. If they are not having their own applications, maybe they are giving their resources to some other application. Why? Because without application, why they will buy lakhs and lakhs of SQL servers by investing lakhs and lakhs? Why? Just if you just think it normally, one SQL Server software copy will be around 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. If they are not using it for any application, why they will pay that much amount? And Windows Server also they are paying. Networking also they are paying. VMs also they are paying. Storage also they are paying. Infrastructure they are paying. Cooling system they are paying. Money, power they are paying. Why they are paying if there is no application? You don't see the application, but it will be used as a backend for some other third-party applications.
Okay, sir.
So
Sir,
Suresh, I
for
think
this,
in
sorry, sir, please go.
no, go ahead.
So for if a mail domain, for example, any company they are using mails. But for that also, do they
Yeah,
need
they
to
can
maintain
use.
server?
Yeah. They also need to. Why? Because how you are going to store all the data, mails, previous mails. Microsoft Exchange is there where they are going to store their data, the previous mails and all. Your Outlook can see only the Outlook is an application can see the mails. That doesn't mean Outlook is going to store your data, right? Are you getting the point, Suresh?
Yes, sir.
So for whatever application, there is behind a
Definitely a
backend, there is a
database.
storage.
Definitely it should be a storage. That storage
Okay.
can be a SQL server or can be an Oracle or can be some other database, MySQL kind of thing. But definitely you should have applications can never store the data. Only a database can store the data. So the backend they will use the database. They might use any database, but we don't have visibility where they are using which application it is connecting. No, as a DBA, the database server is up and running or not. All the databases are online or not. That is our main responsibility. To which application they are using, where they are using, what exactly they are doing, or they are smuggling anything. That is their headache. Our headache is to make sure that smuggling is going smoothly. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now who said okay? Joshua. Okay. Fine. Okay. So our headache, our main responsibility is to make sure all the SQL services are up and running. In the back end, for what purpose they are using their SQL services, that is not our headache, guys. That will be taken care by the application team. Okay. Fine. That's it for now. An important update. The next weekend, there is a family function. Okay. So I'm not sure now. For now, I cannot guarantee you. If there is a chance, I'll take the class. If there is no chance, I don't take the class. Okay. So I will be updated by Friday morning class, guys, the next weekend. Okay. Yeah. After that,
Shanmugh,
we will continue. Yeah.
Is it for both days or is it just
Yeah,
for?
both days.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys, are we good now? And please practice. I'll give you the access to the videos, material and all. So just start practicing it and I'll give you the access to the material also. I'll create the tracker also. Keep updating the tracker and all. Okay. Chalo guys, that's it for now. Thank you all. Good night.
Okay,
Good day.
thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Friday morning, Saturday IST, right?
Sorry, Muzafar.
Thank you, Shanmugh.
Yeah, thank you. Muzafar.
Sir, Friday morning means India time IST, right?
Saturday morning IST.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Can
Chalo
you
guys,
share
thank you all.
this running notes as well?
Yeah, I'll share. That
See you,
is for
Shanmugh.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great
that is
class.
for you only, guys. That's not for me. I'll share these running notes also. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Bye. Good day. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, Shanmugh.
Yeah.